Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's Zwift evening, Zwift Baltic Race League. Today we will be watching live Zwift.lv. ZZK.LV Zwift League. Today we have second race. And today we are riding 2 laps in 2015 USC World Course. One of the first, actually the track where Sagan won his first championship. It's exact replica of real life race and should be really interesting. We are starting off with half a kilometer lead in, right? Then we have flats, pretty much flat surface. And afterwards we have downhill and small uphills, leg breakers. So 0.6 and 0.3 kilometer long climbs, approximately 6.4% climb and 10% climb. So should be really interesting. Also we can see pretty big names in Zwift world today, starting in a group. So it should be really interesting. Lionel Wuyasin from Canyon is one of the cyclists on who we will be watching really closely how he performs. So today's challenge will be pretty much huge for athletes from Baltic states and overall for all riders in a group. As last week, we have A, B, C, D, and E group. E group for women only, and 1 minute between starts. So 2 laps. 1 lap is 16.2 kilometers. So if we're counting together, 32.4 kilometers. So less than half minute to start. And we are starting today's race. I'm also really happy to announce that we have crossed 350 riders for today's race. That's really awesome. Last week we had 350. So we are starting in 5 seconds, and good luck to all cyclists and all athletes who are performing. You can see D group is checking out.
Right on! Right on!
This is really interesting when you have to follow all the cyclists. When you can see how they pass you. And I will fast jump. Let's jump to the A group then. But first we can wait for B group start, and I'm only switching it because I'm sorry, I'm trying to switch faster to B group so I don't miss it. C group is really big, okay? Because usually we watch how A group starts, but we can there's usually not so much fights in the beginning, so it's really interesting to see how B group performs and starts because we haven't watched how they start. So, and I will try to catch C group too. And as you can see, the speed is not so big and they don't start so aggressively like A group starts, and they're already stretching out a lot in a start. Not like B group. And I will try to jump to the C group so we can see the C group. Also a lot of riders in the D group. A lot of riders. Really happy to see that. Okay, and C group should start in 30 seconds. Okay, and they're going. You can see a lot of riders in the C group too. Actually, a lot of riders from Belgium and Germany today. And as we saw in B group, now we can see even more and longer tail to the group, so they're spreading out a lot. And this is actually the thing I really love for these groups. And I have mentioned it like hundreds and hundreds of times, and I will say it again. If you want to Zwift, you can always find someone in your strength category who will cycle with you. So don't be afraid to participate in Zwift races if you want to try it. If you know what it is, if you just want to see how strong you are, just give it a go. Get indoor trainer, connect it to your phone, connect it to your tablet, connect it to your TV, whatever. It basically Zwift runs on a potato. Put your bike on and just give it a go. I will see how women are riding. So people watching data from Zwift Power, we can see there is only 5 cyclists, but actually now we can see more cyclists in an actual start. So riders who has connected Zwift Power to the Zwift, they are shown in Zwift Power. If you're not connected, we can see you on a Zwift and Zwift companion app. So that's the biggest difference. That's also the reason why sometimes we can see some riders, more riders in some groups, and eventually we just get smaller results. Oh, rider from Estonia. Really nice to see that. So for ladies, usually the start is really close, although we can see here, yep, someone falling behind. But I know that Patricia Vendinha, she's a new cyclist in terms of age, but she has shown really good performance, and she's always participating in all races. So now we're switching back to a group and switching back to Martin Jurgensons. Martin Jurgensons won Specialized Zwift League, showing really good performance. He has also been participating in every single race so far, and we could say he's semi-professional Latvian Zwift cyclist, but not in terms of he's getting paid, but he's actually devoting his time, money, effort, and everything in Zwift, and we can see he's showing really good results in Latvian standing and in Baltics. So we could consider him one of the strongest cyclists in Zwift from Baltic states. And today could be a really interesting race because we could see some team cyclists from teams, team efforts and team tactics involved to try and win this race. If we'll see some competition here. And we are already going in the first sprint section. We will have two of them. Should be two. Yeah, two of them on flats. So in total it will be 4 and 2 small climbs. Also, feel free to use your chat, hit the like, subscribe. Doesn't matter which platform you are because it helps a lot. The more of that I get, the more I can present this to other people, other companies, some sponsors, and we can make up some prizes. And also, yes, I haven't forgot about last week's race. I just haven't published results in Zwift.lv, although you can check them out in Zwift Power. I will do it in a few days. In a few days, all will be published.
Noise pollution or noise disturbance is the disturbing or excessive noise that may harm the balance of human or animal life. Noise pollution affects both health and behavior. Unwanted sound can damage psychological health, but now comes a greater threat created by the vast majority of EDM producers, known as modern talk.
Thank you, Team Sujans, for liking this stream. Thank you a lot. So I will be mainly focusing on A group, but if you have any needs or you want to check B, C or D or E group, you just let me know. I will try to jump to them time to time and see how things are happening and what's happening. So I will most probably start to jump to them after A group has passed the climb, because I think the most biggest intrigue will be on the climbs. And then I will try to jump to C, D and E group and see what's happening there. My assumption is that with the E group we will have maybe 2 or 1 riders who will be going in the front and probably fighting for win today. But it's hard to tell. I haven't checked all the data for riders for cycling in E group today. Because the ranks are really similar to most of the cyclists in the first 4 positions. I really hope that the music is not too loud and you can hear me talking loud and clear, but if you have any complaints about it, you can just type in chat. For me it's hard to tell. For me everything seems fine, but feedback helps to make better content. Really happy to see Martin Jurgensson and David Zieverts from LV 2max team holding their own in this group. I really hope they can make it to the climb and hold on to the climb. Because we can see they are pushing this group really fast and they should attack on a climb. We have seen before that we have some strong riders, but not as strong as these few top 5 riders in a group, and they have already tried to drone the group and test the group how fast they can pedal, and I assume today we will see a lot of that. And my assumption is that we will see 3 riders from one team leading the race and trying to attack the group early on in the first lap and then just get away. We have seen it in the last year when we had cyclists from America who were, I think, semi-pro if I remember correctly, and they just destroyed the competition. Fun fact, if you have cycled this road before, then in 2020 it's updated and they have changed how everything looks around the environment of the road. So it looked more like nowadays with all buildings and infrastructure and everything around. So it looks more modern and more realistic. The distance should be 32.4 kilometers. or actually 32.35. I actually have to check in Strava segments because I'm taking information from Zwift, Zwift Insider. So I will check so I know correctly. I don't want to make a blooper like I did last week. So Strava is saying that it's 16.23 kilometers, so it should be a little bit more than, yeah, it should be 34, approximately 34 kilometers. We'll see, we'll see. Well, we can see already A group stretching out, starting to stretch out. Christian Schweiger. One of the cyclists who will definitely fight for top 10. So first climbs are really closing up, and now we will see the real pain. I really hope that we will see someone shoot out a bullet and that someone will try to test the best from all the cyclists and run away. Or the cobblestone section, if you're using Smart Trainer with simulation or cobblestone. Should feel really nice, but most of the athletes just turn it off. Oh yeah, this climb definitely made changes here. Stretched out the group really long. Definitely made some changes, and I think, oh, we could see Martin Jurgensen from Latvia also really holding his own. He's in 6th position, so he's in a first group, and they could form out something what's worth fighting. And also Arvils Wikströms, whoa, such a surprise. I didn't see him before. Awesome. So this is actually, this could be huge if they maintain the speed, because we are going on the next climb. And if they keep this up, they could probably make smaller front group, the leading group, and if they maintain the speed and momentum, they could actually run away from the chasers and split a group in 2-3 groups. And if David Sievert also holds in this one, Martin Jurgensson and Arvels Wikström, so they're basically from the same team, they could potentially make a good attack. Oh, I can imagine how this hurts. 100%. This is a pain game. Legs are not happy in here, and they have to make 2 laps like this, and the next lap will be torment for all the cyclists. Not only in front. So 1 second gap, but they're still holding their own. They're still holding up, and we can see only after. I don't mind climbing. A little less forward to keep the group. So what you can see here, yeah, already they're starting out, and I don't think they will be able to catch up. Riders who are falling behind already, you can see 5 seconds, then there was 10 seconds and more. So yeah, definitely this climb made changes. So Arvels Wikström from Latvia in 8th position, David Sievert also really close there. And where's Martin Jurgensson? Martin Jurgensson's in front very well. Really good result. Really good result. And I'm really so sorry if someone is offended that I'm like cheering for Latvian cyclists, because I'm from Latvia and that's my right. But I'm also really happy about all other riders, because you know this is really hard, and all the athletes in the front group, they're doing really well. Oh, I almost forgot about Selkma. For people who are joined us now or today, if you didn't know, this cyclist, he's not actually a cyclist, he's just a sports athlete. I think he's skiing. He's not using an actual trainer. He's using ski trainer, and he uses this kind of speedometer which measures flywheel, and then he calculates the speed for Zwift. So you can check his YouTube, just type in Selkma skier Zwifter, and you will see he's usually doing 24-hour rides or charity rides or whatever. So yeah, really interesting to see, and it's actually much harder than cycling. Can you show Birkants? No problem. Birkants coming up. If it's Viesters, I'm really hoping it's Viesters. Mr. Birkants C group. We'll wait while the results load in. So they are in a first climb, 80th position. Definitely also fighting, although we can see only 160 beats per minute. Good cadence, 75, that's not bad. Although 80 till 90 would be considered the best, but it's not so easy to hold on that. And let's see. I'm gonna find him in Zwift Power, but okay, found him. So he's somewhere in the middle. Looks like in 30th position. So not bad. Really good job. And from my experience, I know that most of the people who are cycling in Zwift, especially for women's, I really can see the performance and how they grow throughout the season, from the start of the season till end of the season. And my biggest example is Sveta Libarta from Latvian Cycling Girls. I was so surprised when she participated in the national championships, and she really outperformed most of the girls. When I thought she will be, I don't remember in which position, but I didn't expect that she will destroy all the girls on the climbs. in her level. And yeah, that's the cycling. That's dedication for cycling. That's Zwift. That's everything. So if you put the effort and job in it, you can always achieve what you dream. Live board on Zwift Power, I think. Yeah, there is actually a live. So what you have to do, you have to go in zwiftpower.com. If you are registered in Zwift, so you have to kind of use your Zwift login to get in Zwift Power. Then you find race ZZK.LV Zwift League, and on top you can select live feed, and it updates every 30 seconds. So you can see where they are on a current location in a race. You can see all the data, all the stats, average, watts, beats per minute, weight, everything, all what you could dream of. Switching to Jürgenson's. Good job. You can see. You cannot see for now, but I will check what's happening here. So, okay, we have had some attack, 3 cyclists in front. Although I can't see his name in Zwift Power. This Batty, Merkel, and Dreze from Germany. Sorry, Belgium. So yeah, it won't affect the result, although we can see that they're cycling pretty good. But also, like we had last week, we had one guy who was using cheats. He basically did 600 watts whole race, and yeah, that sometimes if you see cheaters like that, it makes you suspicious for most of the good riders if they don't have this power profile. But let's just hope everything is good and they're all legit riders. Let me fly. Oh, let him fly. Yeah, 50-second gap. So they're already in a second lap. Let's check what's happening with the girls. Whoa, like I said, in the girls we have big dominance. 3 ladies are in front and the gap is almost 2 minutes. Thirdly, I can't switch to the cyclist. Oh no, I can't. So, 3 ladies in front. Cyclist from Canada, Natalie Chaput, Julie K from America, and Pearl from Germany. So, and after these 3 girls, then we have 1 solo cyclist, Ida Krichko, and then after 20 seconds, Elsie Lund. And sadly, Latvian cyclists are in last 2 positions. Diana Spiridoska is almost 10 minutes behind leaders, and Patricia Vendina 10 seconds behind Diana. But I believe that our ladies in few years will show really good performance and will be able to fight with other ladies from other countries. So now slowly I will try to climb up in cyclist rankings, so we can see what's happening in groups. Like B, C, and D group always been there is many small rider groups for fighting their way to finish, trying to make their own attacks. Okay, this is interesting. Up one there with all shirts. Milt, Latvia, a group. Rules Victims. I really like the outfit, by the way. Looks cool. So front of riders 22.4 kilometers. After 28 kilometers we will have 2 climbs, Libby Hill and 23rd Street. 2 climbs which divided big A group in smaller pieces. We'll see what will happen now. Although I think nothing will divide these 3 riders, but it would be really interesting to see if someone would attack, because in this composition you could actually try to run away from your other riders. I even didn't notice we have Vidar Mechel. He's actually from legit eStar esports cycling team. E-rider for Movistar team. I will copy in his Twitch if you want to check him out. My God. Oh, I couldn't see that. And I will copy in his Zwift power page. He's a huge monster, by the way. Oh, I couldn't see that. Yeah, really interesting, by the way. So, Zwift Baltic Facebook page, I will post it in chat. So there is about the trainer difficulties. So while you're not, let's say, while you're not fighting in high leagues, most of the riders just set it not to 50%, not to 100%, just tune it down till like the lowest as you can, and there's also some possibility of manipulating this numbers and everything, so that's considered e-doping, and it's illegal to do that. And if you basically get caught on that, you are getting banned from Zwift. But anyway, not most of the people, but there's some people who are doing it. Me personally, I was using 50%. I felt really comfortable with it, because like if you lower it on a 0, you have to like hold faster cadence, put more gears. It kind of affects how you have to pedal on a trainer, and by theory it shouldn't change anything, but you can ask any serious Zwift rider and he will tell you that it changes a lot. But it's also my personal opinion, and opinions vary from people to people. And yep, so it's whatever you choose and whatever you feel comfortable with. And it also really depends which trainer you're using. Yeah, I know that Leather is legit. I know, I just didn't saw his name before. I don't know what's about Batsy and this Drz. They look suspicious to me, but it's just me. Also because they don't have Zwift power profile and I can't check them out, but maybe they're just some friends who are using your Zwift profiles, like I said. While Zwift power is not filtering them out and flagging them, it's nothing else for me to say, because in this series we don't check riders anymore. I don't ask dual recordings. If someone don't like something, he can flag it and flag the rider in Zwift, so Zwift can handle it out. Since we don't have any tools to ban people or kick people from our events, they will just keep returning whatever we ask them or no. They don't care about ranking, so they can affect the race anyway. So basically, yeah, it's just less headaches for us. So 27 kilometers, 1.5 kilometers, and we will be on a second climbs, second leg breakers, and we'll see what's happening with this trio. I really hope you'll see some attacks, but time will show. In the big races, actually, it's really huge preparation for big races, so you have to make whole, I don't know how it's now, but you have to make whole video how you calibrate your trainer. It can't be interrupted. It has to be like filmed from start to end. Everything what you do, all the settings, everything. You also have to for some races you have to make verification. You have to go in person on this. In Latvia, it would be this Olympic committee, where you just go and you prove your actual data, what you can push out from calibrated and certified trainer, and all these stuff. Because, like in every sport, big monies are involved. In Latvia, we are just growing and we are starting from scratch now. But in other countries, Zwift are actually getting huger and bigger sport, as all esports in the world. So where's big money, there's big cheating. There's big cheating, there's big anti-cheat, anti-doping precautions to determine if rider is legit or not. A few years ago, it was just put video with your weight and your trainer and some small things. Now it's going more and more towards that you have to really prove that you're a person who can produce that much of a power, or that's your actual data and it's actually you. You can't falsify it in any way, and it depends from race to race. More serious race, the more precautions. So we are on last climbs, and after these ones we are going to the finish. For me, it will be really interesting to see how Dar is going on this climb. Sounds interesting. Esports is maturing, yeah. But that's also like it's also a problem for actual race admins for making the races. So the more possibility for cheating, the more cheating advances, the harder it is to determine if someone is actually a legit rider. And if you want to make better race, you have to check all these things, and it makes harder and harder and harder each year to actually like check the riders. And the more international it gets, the more harder it gets. And there's so many ways how we can cheat in Zwift that I maybe know 1/10 of how it's actually happening and how it's done. Yeah, that's the thing what I don't like about Zwift and about any esport. But for the big races, yeah, 100%. Yeah, we can see he's trying to run away from followers, somewhat. Kilogram. Going on a second climb. This is actually a well-known tactic. When you finish the first climb, you try to speed up as much as possible so you get really big boosts climbing on the second hill. So he tried to get some advantage, and we'll see if it succeeded or no. He'll be able to catch on and draft. Personal best. 29 seconds in this climb. And now we are in section where we're closing to the finish line. 40-second gap. The closest competitors, we can see day by the day that they are going in a first climb. In first mountain. The Libby Hill. A big shout out to Maris Korolkovic for suggesting lap system instead of kilometers. Works really well. Big thank you. And also really big thanks to all the people who are being involved in making these races. You can see that we can determine the good decisions, and like one decision to take a lap system is really good. Also, if we let the riders choose the races is also really good, because we can see so big increase in riders in these races now when we are choosing, or basically riders are choosing what they want to ride. So yeah, each year, each race, we make things better. I'm actually a little bit happy that we have only 3 riders in the front, because you can see on leaderboard, I can see D and C group riders, and if I would have to switch between like 10 or 5 riders who are going on a finish line, going on a finish sprint, it would be really hard for me. And if I screw this up and click on a D or C group, it's basically impossible to get straight back away to A group's finish. So there is also a good thing in this one, although we won't see really interesting finish, but we will see a finish. Oh, Mars Korolkovic, cheers! I thought you were cycling today. I will never understand the people who are like basically producing 5 or 4 watts on kilogram and participating in a race, like typing in race chat and in the same time also typing in YouTube chat or Facebook chat. Like, how you make this happen? When I cycle in Zwift, I'm basically glued to my steering wheel and I can't think of anything else. I remember when I started the Zwift live streaming, I tried to Zwift and talk in the same time. So we're closing to the finish. We have front lead, but we can see 2 riders fighting in back. And I don't think they will manage to fight for first position, but second position is really interesting. And the fight looks like it ended, although if he is getting drafted, he could try to attack in and. But it doesn't look like it, so first 3 positions already determined. Good job. Although sadly, only 1 from them were in Zwift power, so Vidar Mechel from Movistar Esport Racing Team. Now we are checking out the 4th position, Rato. Also, he will be in 2nd position if you're looking by the Zwift power statistic. Also, no chance for anyone else to catch him. Now we have a ski man who is using skis, and we know that his weakness is that he can't do anything on a sprint, but he's really strong on just maintaining the power. And we can see already fighting my favorites for the race. I thought they will. Oh, Martin Jürgensson's 14th position. So yeah, I was thinking those 3 guys from Beast Mode Rose team, they will be. Oh, Martin Jürgensson's waving. Yeah, as always, he's like doing multitasking and waving. He knows when I'm watching him live. Good job, Martin. Good job today. I was really hoping you will fight for finish at least top 10, but you did a really good job. Really strong cyclist with you today, and I'm actually surprised that you managed to get that far. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. Really shows how big an effort I've put in Zwift cycling. So now I think it's time to just cycle through E group and switch to B group. And B group 30.2 kilometers, so they are finishing the 2nd climb. And actually a lot of cyclists in a B group front. This finish will be really interesting. And by the Zwift power, I could see Lauris Parup in the front group, but after the update, where is Lauris Parup? Oh, he's not in the first group. Bad. Yeah, Martin Jürgenson saying tough one. Yeah, this definitely was tough one, but I really hope you enjoy these tough races because you chose them. Oh, Lauris Parups in front of the B group from Latvia. Oh, this will be a really interesting finish. This will be nice. I really hope I won't screw this up. I haven't had a really good finish on live stream where I actually can see who's finishing first in quite a few races, and I really want to make this the rebirth of good finish in live stream. And this is actually one of the longest races what you have had this season, 44-ish minutes, so it's approximately 1 hour. If we will check out all other groups finish. And I'm actually surprised B group is in huge numbers, considering what we saw with A group. So it's like more than 10 riders going for finish. That's actually impressive. Martin Jürgensen saying, I do enjoy them. Okay, I really hope cyclists will choose another leg breaker for next week. Maybe Alp the Zwift, where you just have to go 10% climb all the way. Something more challenging than this. And we can see power-ups already popping up. Just 30 seconds behind A. I really hope I will see Lauris Parups going on finish sprint. I haven't actually seen him to fighting for finish, if I think of it. Okay, it's 3-second gap, and finish is in front of this straight. Come on, Loris, you can do it. Already pumping up some numbers. Good son. Okay. In. And what? Ligeza. 1 second gap. Doesn't look like he. Okay, second place in Canadian. In third position. Okay. Now we saw B group finish. You can see some D group cyclists already jumping off. E group cyclists catching D and C group riders. So I will try to climb up to C group. I know this looks really terrible when I try to switch from cyclist to cyclist like this, and I should probably put announcement that this live stream may cause seizure like there is in the games where you have some flashy things happening, but it is what it is. I have to work with the things I have. So switch to C. Okay, first position for C. 1 second gap, second place. But it looks like this cyclist is really full with the power in a C group. There's nothing what can stop him. Not even Solzhenitsyn from Latvia. I remember last year he was like taking candies of the kids on the last finishes. All race you couldn't see him, but when it was time to go for his finish sprint, he was just an animal going with 12 kilos. He was like beast and always winning the finish, but just on the straights and just in the flat races. So there is no doubt Bonetto first position C, Baragan second position, and I don't think he will be contested, and third position Zarnecki. So we can try to switch to E group. I'm actually interested in Michelis. Okay, Janis Michelis. Looks like this was a tough race for him too. Janis Michelis from Intervals.lv. I assume Banak's already finished. Yeah, Janis Banak's finished the race. I didn't see him. Also Richard Hanssons from Bello Cycling Project. Really good work. Also participating in every race, every week. I think in a few years he'll be fighting for the Latvian championships. Also going on a finish line. I don't think they're feeling like finishing this race is an accomplishment, achievement, because it is, and it's not an easy race. And I'm really happy for riders who, when they start, they finish till end, because that's the hardest part when you're sitting home on your indoor trainer. It feels really easy. Yeah, I can just climb off. Like, nothing stops me. I don't have to go like 10 kilometers back to the start line or to my car or etc. etc. You can just jump off the bike and you can go to the showers. And it asks a lot of a lot of your mental strength if you're like really forcing your legs to go on these climbs, to go on these hard roads. So I'm really happy for these riders who stay till the end, especially for lower groups, lower strength groups, because it's much harder for them. Oh, Solzhenitsyn, 36th position. I see the character hasn't changed from last year. This muscular cyclist with a beard. I really enjoy this one. I could always see him coming with his blonde hair when he was going on a sprint. Let's try to jump to E group. Birken's also 30.3 kilometers. A little bit more till finish. Yeah, finished the last climb. Now it's just holding on till the end. So, E group. Wow, she's in second position than where we have first position. Oh my god, I didn't see that one. So, first position from E group, Julie K from America has already finished, and she had almost 4-minute gap. That's kind of big. I think yeah, second lap finished Ida, and then we can see really big gaps between E group cyclists. Third position is falling off more than 1 minute. Then fourth position is closing to 50 seconds. Then fifth position, Diana Spiridowska from Latvia. She's 5.5 minutes behind, and she's cycling together with Patricia Vendiņa, also from Latvia. The good thing is that they have passed cyclists from Canada and Germany, who in the first lap they were in front. So this race for women, it looks like this was more endurance race instead of speed. So who sustained the most energy till second lap are winning this race. So now we'll check maybe some results. So yeah, we have some results for A group, and we have results for B group and for C group. So yeah, by the Zwift power, first position in A group, Vidar Mechel from Movistar. Second position, Daniel Ratto from Stefanelli Hulk, also esports cycling team. Third position, Christian Schwager. I was betting my money on him that he will win the race, but yeah, that was before I saw Vidar Mechel. Fourth position, Benjamin Axt. Fifth position, Martis Ritter. And if we are looking on a Baltic leaderboards, then on 9th position, Davis Zivart. And 5-minute gap from first position. And then in 12th position, close to Davis, was Martin Jürgensen. Oh, sorry, not 4-minute gap. I'm really sorry. 47 seconds. So, B group. Michael Semin, MTB training team. Greski Ligeza, ZZK.LV team, and third position Steve Morik from 5 Watt 4T team. Fifth position Emil Buithius. Sixth position Greg Merdich. Really hard to pronounce those surnames from time to time. And from Baltic, if you're looking closer, Lauris Parups in 13th position, and Dino Rosso in 20th position. And from C group, there is a lot of cyclists, international cyclists, but in first position, Brandon Barragan. I have seen this name before in C group. He was actually also participating in Specialized Zwift League. In second position, Lucy Krasori Sarnecki. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Third position, Teddy Lamarcand. Fourth position, Alexei Korolkov. And fifth position, Jean Guerin. And in seventh position, closest cyclist from Baltic, Kapars from Latvia. D group, we have only 2 riders finished for now, Charlie Jackson and Peter Goudier. And for E group, I don't think there will be any surprises with the gaps like this. So first position, Julie K from America, Ida Krichko from Norway, and Aino Salami from Sweden in third position. Fourth position, El Salondo from Norway. Fifth position, Diana Spiridowska from Latvia. Sixth, Patricia Vendina. Although between Latvian cyclists, maybe there could be some battle for placement, but I'm not 100% sure. We will see that in results. Next we have Nathalie Chaput from Canada and Pearl from Germany. So big race, long race, 55 minutes, and we are still riding. So I hope you enjoyed today, because I definitely did. And let's see you next week, same time, same place. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, share to your friends, tell your mom, and see you next week. Bye.